Yes, we are back again in Train Sim World 6, back again at Crewe, where we are here and going to attempt an adventure to get from Crewe, which is here, where I am at Crewe, I may have mentioned it, down to that there London. Probably in a 350, spoiler, and I'm going to see if we can take one service, if we can arrive at Milton Keynes early, route hop, and carry on in that service down to Euston. We have a problem. We will see. For those watching on YouTube, they'll find links. They probably will. Someone will find it. There'll be links in the, not as in links, what Americans call sausages. Are they called links? Because they're linked together. Anyway, isn't that a golf course? They're called links, aren't they? It's also an animal called a lynx. That's a whole different thing. There's a bus as well called a lynx. Anyway, and there's a car called a lynx. Or was that a Manx? No, it's Manx. Anyway, you'll find links in the doobly-doo below to where you can get the route. You'll find a link down there to the strap in, it's going to be one of those. Links down there to the Discord server and a link down there to the Twitch page. I've done that. The route, the Twitch page, Discord, there's some things down there. Oh, God, hang on.
Yes, I am back again, 51 months. Yeah, you going to be early, that ain't gonna happen, you're always late. And there won't be links as you won't remember. This stream is gonna be random as hell anyway, get to the train and oh yeah, is there an exit?
Thank you, Connor. 51 of the months. That's a train, a couple of them. Good evening then to Trent, to Connor, to SMD, to McBone, to Stokey, to Sim, to Nico, to other people that were also there. Who's now scrolled up and I can't remember. Nigel was in there, Jammers was in there somewhere. Yes, so yeah, we're here at Crewe. I may have mentioned it. We're going to run all the way down this platform and hopefully get the train that should still be there.
Platform 6 for the 0811 Avanti West
on platform 7.
Manchester Piccadilly, calling at Manchester Piccadilly only.
No, we're not going to Manchester Piccadilly. One day, maybe. One day I'll fly away. Maybe in MSFS, coming soon. Right, we've got to work out how to get to the platform number 7, unless my train's already left. Can I go down here? I'm going down here. I shouldn't be down here.
Calling at Stafford, Rugeley, Trent Valley, Lichfield, Trent Valley, Tamworth, Atherstone.
Okay, no, I think there's my train.
Milton Keynes Central, and London Euston. Will passengers intending to travel on this service please join the train now, as it is ready to leave. Platform 7.
It's not ready to leave.
0813.
We got 4.5 minutes yet.
Service to London Euston, which is ready to leave.
It's a 350. Well, I thought about.
This station operates a no smoking.
Wait, it's not a very long one, is it? How long are we? Can we count? Shall we count together? 1, 2, 3, 4. Did you guess 4? Right, let's get on board. We will close the door. Yeah. Wait for service to start. Alright, key on, reverser into forwards, lights, cab, instruments and desk on, headlights marker on today, and then we'll wait for service to start. Right, so we're stopping at Stafford, Rugeley, Trent Valley, Lichfield, Trent Valley, so Trent's got 2 valleys. No. Tamworth, where Trent lives, Atherstone, Nuneaton, Rugby, and Milton Keynes. So we're due at Milton. Hang on.
How many tenuous links can Steve think of? Oh, here's another. Just had to wait for just the right moment. How's the cough, Nigel? 4 fingers held in the air.
Thank you, Stokey. There was a delay for that. 46 of the months there, Stokey. Thank you indeed. Yes, we want to arrive at Milton Keynes before 9:48. which means we can then route hop and hopefully get back on this same service to carry on down towards Euston. We won't get to Euston today because it's about an hour and 20-minute run from Euston to Euston, but we'll see if we can get a little bit further down the line, and then next week we'll carry on from Euston, because then that will make sense the week after. I can't say too much more. Right, so we've got a couple of minutes to go. Don't be late. Well, this is me, isn't it? Probably. Now, okay, so when you route hop, this train won't be there. So if we arrived late, for example, and I route hopped, when I route hop, the train that I want to arrive on would have already gone. So I've got to be there early. We really will have a Euston problem. It sounds like a me problem. Well, it sounds like a problem. I'm a professional. You won't be there early. Well, we'll see. If you lot don't distract me, then I'll be there early. It's you lot. You lot are the problem. It's not me, it's you. Well, I can't speed. This is not going to end well. It will. Have confidence. We'll see how... Okay, take bets then. How far do you think we can get tonight? Where do you think we're going to end up? Considering wherever we are, about between 20 past and 8:30 is where we'll stop. Grantham. We're not going to go to Grantham. Well, ain't going to be Crewe. We're at Crewe. Didcot. No, it won't be Didcot, because Didcot's not on the line from Milton Keynes to Euston. It's not going to be Manchester. We're at Crewe. I might have mentioned it at the beginning. Stockport. We're not going anywhere near Stockport or Bergen. No, we're not going anywhere near Stockport. Am I got to do the Manchester Airport commuters again? Paris. I actually watched. What did I watch the other day? It was in Paris. That made me want to go to Paris. Oh, the Eurostar thing. Moscow. No, not Moscow. The Eurostar. The guy, exactly. So we need to, it's a non-stop run, isn't it, to Stafford? So we've got about 18 minutes to get to Stafford. Brighton. I did think about Brighton for my week off, which isn't approved yet, because my boss never likes approving my holiday. I've been to Paris, but not on the Eurostar. Right, doors locking. Which maybe you want to go there.
Welcome aboard this London North Western Railway service to London Euston. We'll be calling at Stafford, Rugeley Trent Valley, Lichfield Trent Valley, Tamworth, Atherstone, Nuneaton, Rugby, Milton Keynes Central, and London Euston.
There's a safety announcement coming up.
Please familiarise yourself with the safety notices displayed throughout the train.
And if you wanted to know how to contact the British Transport Police, you're going to find out about now.
This is British Transport Police. If you notice something out of the ordinary, speak to a member of staff or text us on 61016 and we'll get it sorted. That's 61016. See it, say it, sorted.
Right then, let's get going towards Stafford. Is this going to be another thumbnail of mine with a 350? How many YouTube thumbnails have I had with a 350 in? I think there's been a few, haven't there? There's another one.
CPWS and AWS operations.
I like Brighton. We went to Brighton the other year. We did like a spur of the moment trip from London. We were doing a day in London and decided it was really cheap on the Thameslink to get to Brighton. So we went to Brighton. If you do the route hop successfully, you can end up in Euston tonight, as it's non-stop from Milton Keynes. Do you Nigel? I'm going to get close. Nigel. Do you honestly think, Nigel, that there is a possibility of that actually happening? You've been around for a number of these streams now. Do you think there is any chance of me actually getting, I would say, beyond Milton Keynes? That was really weird being that close. Right, well, at least we can get to Stafford, hopefully. I'd love to go back to Brighton. Literally, we're there a couple of hours, I think, we did in Brighton. Like a number of places over the last few years I've been, you're there a very brief time. Hastings, quite liked Hastings. Wouldn't mind going back to Brighton. It's not on my list of places for my week off. It sounded like you were shouting through my letterbox. That's definitely worrying. No, I've got something. I'm doing something every single day during my week off. It's planned. Well, Monday to Friday. Well, maybe to Saturday. And that could be 6 days then. Right. So what does anybody remember? Do we reckon we'll get as far as Watford? That'd be quite nice to get to. Hi, Peanut. I'm not going to drive to Brighton. I'm not that mad. GWR? Did GWR go to Brighton? No, Gatwick. I think GWR go to Gatwick, so I'll probably get a cheap train to Gatwick. Which day is painting the bathroom? I haven't got the paint anymore.
Here goes. My chance to talk to the world to make a difference. Don't ruin it. Hello. Oh bugger.
That was your chance, Nathan. Your chance to make your statement, to say what you wanted to say, to have it read out to some people, and that was all you could come up with. Did I lose the paint? Yeah, it went to a job. He has a 166 as well down there, I think. Now, if I was going... one of the days I'm planning on going to London, so I think I'm going to be back for the streams, apart from the Saturday. So I could go on the Saturday, I suppose. I don't know. Alright, if you just joined, we started in Crewe, I think. I think it might have been Crewe. I think I maybe mentioned it. And we're going to try and get to Milton Keynes early, route hop, and then carry on this service down towards Euston where a problem, and see how far we can get. I don't think we'll get all the way to Euston. Go to Brighton instead of streaming. Thanks, Nige. I could stream from Brighton. Find myself a nice bar. Thanks, I think. First time caller. Long time listener, first time caller. I enjoy the streams. I really do. It's a highlight of my day. Oh, this sounds very troll-like. Get ready, there we go. I was about to say, get ready, mods. It's fun coming. Hang on, it's going on YouTube. Otherwise, I could have phrased that differently and put a pause in there. It's fun coming and annoying you. I know, Bina. I like you annoying me. I like you. Right, so 17 miles to Stafford. So the plan is, I think, if I got my timings right, that we need to be in the London area by the end of next week's stream. Pina's been around for about 38 years. I've got used to Pina. Because there's some interesting stuff coming up over the next 6 weeks. 38, I'm not that old. Well, you've been around a while, Pina. I'm saying nothing. I'm not just route hopping. You got a sore throat. No, it's gone on YouTube, Peanut. I can't say the things I want to say. Calm. It is roadmap day tomorrow. Yes. Yes. I was about to say something then that I've got that isn't out yet, but I can't because I'm not allowed to. Anyway, moving on. There's a red light ahead of us. There's a train over there. There's now a green light. Green light. Red light spells duh backwards. Go compare. Is he still on? I don't watch normal TV, so I don't see normal adverts. It does. D-E-R. Duh. Red backwards spells duh. D-E-R. Duh. You're 43, you're old, round night. Red, duh, see? That's German for the. Hang on, so when Germans see a red light, they think it's saying the. No. No, I leave the next signal light thingy on for your benefit, not for my benefit, so you know what's coming up. It's like in OMSI, I wouldn't have a clue. I think I'd even get lost on, what's that, that starter map with OMSI that's got like the 3 corners in it? Grundorf. I think I'd get lost on Grundorf. Gundorg. Gandalf? It's Gandalf a map in OMSI. None shall pass. Oh, that was the Monty Pythons. You never trust me in a car. I'm a good driver. I didn't get us lost in Germany. We survived. Bit of a detour, bit of a rally phase to get to a supermarket. That was fine. Rah-rah. Right, so we're due into Stafford at 8:31. Problem is, we can't arrive at any station before Milton Keynes early because it will hold us. Wish someone would hold me. It will hold us. It's been a while. It will hold us until the time when we're supposed to leave. So the only place we can really make time up is on that last run into Milton Keynes. But as long as we're not late, we'll be fine. I didn't get lost in a car park. Hang on, there was one car park where we had to do a loop around it a couple of times. That was the one where I fell up the stairs, where I couldn't find my way out the car park. I could shut the doors a few seconds early. Normally it's like 30 seconds early. That was Rotterdam. This could be Rotterdam or anywhere, Liverpool or Rome. What happens if you get a red at Milton Keynes and holds me before the platform? I'm not against being held, but in Milton Keynes, maybe not. Is the MK Centre still there? I bet half of those shops are shut down now. I went there for Christmas once, well, in December, and it was just ridiculously busy. So yeah, when someone does a modern timetable for Crewe to Preston, I will then do the whole route at some point. But I think we've got some interesting stuff coming up. So it's going to be the focus for the next 6 weeks or so. Nobody wants to spend a week in Milton Keynes. No. Definitely not. You love Milton Keynes, but you're weird. Alright, so I'm not going to speed. So slowly for the 105. So it's just down to my professionalism and skill that we arrive at Milton Keynes early. So I've never yet tried the route hop thing. It's going to be interesting. You want some Strepsils, Nigel? I've got skill. You just don't appreciate it. Actually, I think tomorrow's video on YouTube is me in a 350. It's all I seem to drive now. You want my throat spray? I'm thinking it, Peanut. I can't say it. I'm planning to revisit Medway Valley. Maybe, but there's a few. Again, the next 6 weeks are going to be. There's some things. Your nickname is Genius. I can think of other words to describe you, Pina. I can't go any faster. Lovable. Should we ask Mr. Pina? He's more annoying than you. Is that that's probably why you're well suited. I could find me a man in Brighton, couldn't I? Probably they probably live in Brighton. That'd be really inconvenient. Right, we got 3 minutes to do 2.7 miles. We cannot afford to be late. I forgot I had the AWS thing on. I think we're fine on time. Hi, Stu. Press the button underneath the AWS thing, then the timetable comes up. Right, we're fine on time. Fine on time.
We are now approaching Stafford. Please mind the gap when leaving the train and step onto the platform before removing heavy luggage and pushchairs.
Told you, professional. I keep telling you I'm a professional. You don't believe me.
Platform 3 for the 0832 London North Western Railway service to Crewe, which is ready to leave. Platform
Done.
for the 0832
Early.
London North Western Railway service to London
See? Professional.
Rugeley Trent Valley, Lichfield Trent Valley,
This is busy.
Atherstone, Nuneaton, Rugby, Milton Keynes Central, and London Euston. Please do not leave your luggage unattended on the station.
I love how busy some of these stations are now. I'm really looking forward to some of the stuff that we've got coming that I'm hoping is going to be just as busy as this. If this is what the next iteration of the Train Sim World thing is in September, and we're going to get more busy routes, bring it on. I may just go into semi-retirement next year. There's nearly something on every platform in there, apart from the one next to the Voyager. Right, so next stop is Rugeley Trent Valley, where we've got to be there at 8:41. Close the doors. Nigel was useful. See? That worked, didn't it?
Welcome aboard this London North Western Railway service.
See? Don't close the doors early.
We'll be calling at Rugeley Trent Valley, Lichfield Trent Valley, Tamworth, Atherstone, Nuneaton, Rugby, Milton Keynes Central, and London Euston.
So yeah, so it is non-stop. Oh crap,
Please
speeding.
familiarise yourself with the safety notices displayed throughout the train.
So it is non-stop from Milton Keynes. I think it's an hour and 37 minutes.
British Transport Police. If you notice something out of the ordinary, speak to a member of staff or text us on 61016 and we'll get it sorted. That's 61016. See it, say it, sorted.
Exactly, you haven't got it on a professional setting, Nigel, like I have, see? Right, 8 miles to Rugeley Trent Valley. Let's get going. It's a body. Hello, the body. Stream's coming up, by the way, tomorrow night. I'm going to be extremely stressed, especially as I found out the thing you're supposed to do in it. Going to be playing Mini Metro. It was stressing me out enough just linking all the stations, alone having to think about what passengers go where. So that's tomorrow. Thursday night will be something. Either going to be some the one rest area sim, or maybe some more bus bound. I might just bang bus bound out the way because I know we've got some other stuff coming up. So we'll see. Friday night, some trucking and tunes in ETS2. We do the trucking, you play the tunes. Saturday night is Wreckfest. Looking forward to that one. And then Sunday, maybe farming if we can find a farm. At the moment, we haven't. So if we can find a farm, we'll be farming on Sunday. If not, something else. There's a Mini Metro video going out on YouTube on Sunday. I didn't like that as much as no, Mini Motorways. Sorry, is it Mini Motorways? No, Mini Motorways video going out on Sunday. I didn't like that as much as Mini Metro. That Metro game is an evil, time-absorbing creation of Satan. Oh dear. Has Stokey been spending too much? I think if I put that on my iPad, that would be dangerous. I'd be sat on the sofa getting really frustrated. I know, yeah, the plain one, I know. I'm not doing 3 videos in a row of the same thing. 2 is bad enough. So yes, next week then it'll be normal Train Sim World on Tuesday. The week after then I will be here on the Monday, showing you something. And the Monday after, I think. Have I retired? Have I retired from... Oh, good. I can sense the sarcasm in Nigel's comment. Oh, good. That's quite funny. There's nothing really... Well, no, I'm not saying anything. I'm not giving any spoilers. You may see something in the next few weeks. I've already recorded something. I like the element of surprise. Alright, we got a 90 limit. Ain't this recorded? Yeah, this is pre-recorded. You watched my OMSI video yesterday. Apparently that was more exciting than unacceptable. Oh, I did watch the best of with the Mock the Week. That's back in September. I love that series. That's so good. It's Michael. Hello, Michael. Well, hello, Michael. It's so great to have you back where you belong. You're looking swell, Michael. I'll stop there. Right, we got 65. I'll trust Peanut to know show tunes. Oh, I thought you meant the song. That was from Hello Dolly. I've got Billy Elliot the musical coming this week. I'm looking forward to watching that on Sunday night. Was your joke too soon? What joke? Did I miss something? Alright, we're 2 miles from Rugeley Trent Valley. Who's the other... Oh yes, no, I know why. Here we got the 2 VIP in the house. We bow in your presence. I fart in your general direction. Oh no, I did see that. Sorry, Sean. Do you have to go through Bedford and Luton? Not on this, no. Apologies, I did see it, but there was so much going on in chat. Yeah, this line doesn't go through Luton, thankfully. Good thing, really. Because no one wants to go through Luton. Oh, Jesus. Bedford is a place. There's the Bedford Aerodrome for a start. I've never been to Luton. We were, because there's the guided busway thing there that we were going to go to. And then thankfully the person that lived in Luton left. So I've got no obligation now.
We are now approaching Rugeley Trent Valley. Please mind the gap when leaving the train and step onto the platform before removing heavy luggage and pushchairs.
Luton's worse than Swindon. Oh, yeah, I've heard that. Right, early again. Done.
This is Rugeley Trent Valley. Welcome.
Partial tactile paving on the platform
Right.
edge.
We're getting there. We're thing is, I need to be earlier than that at Milton Keynes.
Platform onto the train.
Platform 3.
Best place in UK is Newcastle. I do want to go to Newcastle. Way I.
Western Railway service to London Euston. Calling at the train at platform 1 is the
Swindon ain't that bad. The town centre's awful now. It used to be really nice. Like any town centre, there's no shops. Yeah, designer outlet village, quite nice to wander around, but it's the same as every other designer outlet village. I've never been in the Steam Railway Museum.
For the 0841 London North Western Railway service to Rugeley Trent Valley, which is ready to leave.
Hang on, there's a train going to Rugeley Trent Valley. We're at Rugeley Trent Valley. How can there be a train going to Rugeley Trent Valley when we're here? Right, let's see if it'll let me close the doors. I imagine roundabout's easy. Oh yeah, I've been there. Yeah, I went for my COVID jab there. COVID jabs there. But yeah, I didn't actually go in the museum though. You're in that bit round the side. Right, Lichfield Trent Valley. Right, so the plan is to get to Milton Keynes.
Welcome aboard this London North Western Railway service to London Euston. We'll be calling at Lichfield Trent Valley, Tamworth, Atherstone, Nuneaton, Rugby, Milton Keynes Central, and London Euston.
There's some safety advice coming up now.
Please familiarise yourself with the safety notices displayed throughout the train.
And if you've wondered how to get in contact with the British Transport Police, you can find out any second. Well, now, really.
This is British Transport Police. If you notice something out of the ordinary, speak to a member of staff or text us on 61016 and we'll get it sorted. That's 61016. See it, say it, sorted.
So you're an anti-vaxxer. Oh dear. I had the BCG thing, whatever it's called. So I've still got a scar on my arm. I remember it's one of those things when you're in the queue for it and people were coming out of the nurse's office thing and everyone was winding people up going, yeah, they jab it in your balls. And there's probably a 10-year-old or 11-year-old as I was. That's a slightly scary prospect. Right. So the trick is, what we need to do, I think, when we arrive at Milton Keynes, we need to just get out. Does anyone know where the route hop is? Isn't it upstairs at Milton Keynes? Because we need to just get out and run. And then hopefully we can get back down to the platform before this train leaves. I am professional. I just didn't pre-plan and think where the route hop was. It's under the platform as you go down. So it's down. Oh God, at the station. Yeah, useful. A professional would pre-plan. I'm not going to swear. I was busy last night watching half of season 3 of Heartstopper. That was far more important. And then Mock the Week. And then a guy 3D printing a battery powered motorcycle. Right, Lichfield Trent Valley, we're due at 48. And I'm literally flat out. We can't go any faster. Good thing is we are late at a couple of these stations. We have got a bit of time to catch it up. Yeah, that trebuchet. I've never been to Warwick Castle. Been to Warwick. Never been to Warwick Castle. It did look quite nice. I'm really enjoying this. Last week's one was the first one that I hadn't enjoyed of the whole series. That's not bad. No, Stokey, you've been on Days Out with us lot. What you mean is it's probably a good hour or so. It's go, it's wander round, right? Done that, now what? Yeah, we're going to be late into Lichfield Trent Valley. Don't even go there around night. I've given up on trying to organise meetups. I organise them. People go, yeah, I'll come to that. 80% of the people then drop out. I organised them in the south. We did Doncaster. 80% of the people dropped out. Absolutely, Barry. I need to confirm dates with you. I looked on the website the other day and it doesn't seem as though it will be Bank Holiday weekend. So if you've got a way of confirming.
We are now approaching Lichfield Trent Valley. Please mind the gap when leaving the train and step onto the platform before removing heavy luggage and pushchairs.
That's coming in hot. So a little bit late arriving at Lichfield Trent Valley. Hey, by rail standards, this is on time. I thought Lichfield was near Birmingham. It is. We're near Birmingham.
This is Lichfield Trent Valley. Welcome aboard this London North Western Railway service to
Euston.
Because up there is Birmingham Cross City train. So this is where you can route hop to Birmingham Cross City. Yeah, we can leave on time though. Right, Tamworth, Trent's favourite place. Go. Should be open on the 23rd. Yeah, that's what I. But that's the weekend before the bank holiday.
London North Western Railway service to London Euston.
I thought it'd been open on the bank holiday.
Tamworth, Atherstone, Nuneaton, Rugby, Milton Keynes Central, and London Euston.
And now some safety advice.
Please familiarise yourself with the safety notices displayed throughout the train.
And have you ever wanted to contact the British Transport Police, but you never knew how to do it? Let's find out how.
This is British Transport Police. If you notice something out of the ordinary, speak to a member of staff or text us on 61016 and we'll get it sorted. That's 61016. See it, say it, sorted.
The announcements totally don't get annoying. I like them. It adds something to it. But the problem is with a frequent stopper like this, you are getting them all the time. Right, I've yanked my thing all the way back, and I'm just waiting on the power of the train now. Oh, they are. You hear my voice before the British Transport Police one. You wait till I do Fernbus again. I will be doing another video in Fernbus. I've got to, before we say goodbye to Fernbus. I've got to do my whole, you know, next of kin card thing. It's still there. Maybe I should use that in coaches. What do you think? When we do a coach trip, every time we leave somewhere, I should maybe just do my announcement thing. I can't remember my own name sometimes, but remember that. Trent. What's your name and age? Trent, 12. Why don't I do the whole announcement thing in Taunton without me going to Taunton? Right, 100 limit. I feel really pressured now. And we're still a long way off arriving at Milton Keynes. Thing is, we've almost got to commit, haven't we? If we get on this train at Milton Keynes, it's non-stop to Euston. Yeah, thanks, Barry. It'll be, you know, for me, it'd be better on the bank holiday weekend because I'm going to rush back on the Sunday. If it's the weekend before, I've got to get back because of work on the Monday.
We are now approaching Tenworth. Please mind the gap when leaving the train.
Oh, that's...
onto the platform before removing heavy luggage and pushchairs.
That's a lot of brakes. Okay, made up some time with a bit of late braking. Oh, it's finer than I was worried about.
This is Tenworth. Welcome aboard this London
Northwestern Railway service to
All the passengers are now in the front carriage.
calling at Athelston, Nuneaton, Rugby, Milton Keynes.
Yeah, water bottles pinged off down the front. Is that Trent on the bridge? Trent's here in Tamworth going, I can't see them. Where are they? They told me to get off at Tamworth. That was hilarious that morning. Especially as it was a surprise. So I couldn't say to the birthday boy who was meeting us. He thought it was just me and him. And it's like, train comes in, train goes out. No Trent. And then I get told Trent's in Tamworth. What the hell's he doing in Tamworth? It's like, no, Trent, you get a return to Tamworth and then you get the Birmingham Day Ranger because that's valid from Tamworth. So you stay on the train to New Street, you change and you come to Stratford. We even told him what train to be on. No, Trent just got off at Tamworth and just waited there. I'll never forget that. Every time, for the rest of my life, Every time I think of Tamworth, I'll think of you, Trent.
Western Railway service to London Euston, which is ready to leave.
Right then. Doors are closed. It's only one mistake. You can't talk, car park boy. Right, Atherstone, 7 miles. I know it's only 2 hours, but I wouldn't want to be, if I was back at work, I'd want to be home for like, well, tea time.
Welcome aboard this London North Western Railway service to London Euston. We'll be calling at Atherstone, Nuneaton, Rugby, Milton Keynes Central, and London Euston.
Right, I do wonder whether in some iteration of this game we will
Please
get... Hang on.
familiarise yourself with the safety notices displayed throughout the train.
I'm going to get interrupted again in a second to hear about the British Transport Police. About now.
This is British Transport Police. If you notice something out of the ordinary, speak to a member of staff or text us on 61016 and we'll get it sorted. That's 61016. See it, say it, sorted.
Hey, as I was saying, I do wonder whether in some iteration of this game we will get the ability to link routes together. Because even if you could do two, you know, imagine having Euston Rail Problem to Milton Keynes and then Milton Keynes to Crewe, so that you could do this service as one. That would just be fantastico. Get a room, you two. Right, but 5.9 miles to Atherstone, and then can we arrive at Milton Keynes early so that we can get off of this thing, route hop, get back on this thing, and then see if we can take it to the limit. We'll use my spare one. That's been done before. The whole luminous green thing. Right, power. Yeah, I think once someone does a modern timetable for Crewe to Preston, there's one already for Preston to Carlisle. I think this is just going to be such a winner. Yes, it's a 350 most of the time, because I like this because of the stopping service. I've come to like the 350 because that's all I seem to use. I do wonder what we're going to get. What were the routes with 6? Is it West Coast Mainline South? Was that only 6 we got that with? I think it was, wasn't it? West Coast... Oh, the Riviera line. That's right, yes. 5 was this. Riviera line was 6. And then the German one that was good. And Morristown, which was really good in America. I need to go back and do that again. Why have you made you a VIP? Because you're a very important person. Did that ages ago. Very important billock. Well, yeah. Something like that. There's only 2 people with that role. Marry you. No. There you go. Barry's a VIP as well. DJ Barry. You was a VIP before you then became a mod. I can demod you if you want, Trent. You can become a VIP again. Who would mod then? That's true. Oh, to attain VIP status. And I'm not saying this is something that's worthy, but Barry and Michael, and this isn't again, it's not the reason. Barry and Michael have very, very kindly donated a lot of gift subs between the two of them over the years, and it's not about that. It's just about a bit of recognition. I need to look at the whole role. I want to just think with the Discord. I'm not saying I'm frustrated with the Discord, but I think the Discord almost needs a bit of a, I don't know, a bit of a revamp. Because there's like 400 and something people in the Discord. 399 of which don't say anything. How many subs do I need to give before you marry me? You don't want to marry me, Michael. Right, we will shortly be arriving at Atherstone. Delete your Discord and start fresh. You've got no idea how many times over the last couple of years I've had my finger on the delete button. But no, it doesn't need a fresh start. I don't think it needs a bit of an overhaul. Well, no, I can kick people. Thing is, there's so many videos out there with the link to the Discord server in, so I couldn't really risk doing that. I do go through and cull people.
Please mind the gap when leaving the train and step onto the platform before removing heavy luggage and pushchairs.
Slightly late at Atherstone, but it should be fine. I really miss doing long journeys in train sims.
This is Atherstone. Welcome aboard this London North Western Railway service to London Euston.
No, because, well,
Stop will be Nuneaton.
I'm in other servers that I don't speak in, so I get that. There may be people that just lurk in the server, so yeah, you've got to be careful. Congratulations, you're stopped to the platform. Go, Nuneaton. So the moment we're on time.
Welcome aboard this London North Western Railway service to London Euston. We'll be calling at Nuneaton, Rugby, Milton Keynes Central, and London Euston.
Coming up now, there's a safety announcement. Please listen.
Please familiarise yourself with the safety notices displayed throughout the train.
And if you want to know about how to get in contact with the British Transport Police, then here's some details on how you can do that. Love you, Michael.
This is British Transport Police. If you notice something out of the ordinary, speak to a member of staff or text us on 61016 and we'll get it sorted. That's 61016. See it, say it, sorted.
Indeed. And yeah, it's not about trolls in the server. It's, I don't know, it's just, I love that when people engage and people talk, apart from Ed chatting in the wrong room. But I don't know, We've tried all sorts of things. It's a gaming Discord, so I can't knock that. There's not a lot of gaming chat happens. And that's probably my fault. So I don't know. There's been a couple of times I've started a second Discord and then just thought, well, do I just, move my conversation to that? But then you end up chatting in both Discords. You love it, Michael. Right, so Nuneaton. I'm going to bite my tongue there. Hopefully not, because there'll be blood everywhere. All wedding gifts are welcome. When I do get married, it'll be in a registry office or something really simple. You've never been to Nuneaton? Have I been to Nuneaton? I don't know if I've been to Nuneaton. I think it's a place you'd remember if you've been. I've been to the train station. Oh yes, no, I have been to the train station. So you remember, but I spent a couple of years just being dragged around the train stations of Britain. I didn't know where I was half the time. I was just there for the company. Right, 2 miles to Nuneaton. Yeah, I wonder what routes we'll get with the new version of Train Sim. It will generally be an American route, well, has been, who knows where it will be, an American route, a German route, and a British route. Don't do it, Trent. Don't do it. Don't do it. You did it. Now, what did I say? Did I say don't do it? Oh dear. British route from Waterloo. I will find out next month. They won't be able to say anything. Right, into Nuneaton we come.
We are now
making our way.
Nuneaton. Please mind the gap when leaving the train and step onto the platform before removing heavy luggage and pushchairs.
It'd be nice if there was another mainline station, but I'd like to extend Great Western Express. That'd be my wish. Carry on from Reading. Also, we got the Thames Valley branches coming up. It'd be nice, like they've done with this, by going up as far as Carlisle. It'd be nice if they then go, right, okay, we're going to finish the GWR stuff.
This is Nuneaton. Welcome aboard this London North Western Railway service to London Euston. The next
Calling at Rugby, Milton Keynes Central. And
Where's our 170 off to?
for your own safety, you are reminded to stand behind the yellow line.
If I stand behind the yellow line, how am I supposed to get on the train? Jump? Doesn't seem very safe, does it?
The train at platform 3.
So, Rugby and Milton Keynes to go. 2 stops to go.
Manchester Piccadilly, calling at Stoke-on-Trent, Stockport, and Manchester Piccadilly. Will passengers intending to travel on this service?
Yeah, I'd like to see the continuation of the GWR line, because obviously we've got as far as Reading and we've got the bit from Exeter to Penzance, and then the bit from Exeter to Plymouth, St Austell to Penzance. So it'd be nice to then either have, Reading to Cardiff would be good, because that'd go Swindon, Bristol Parkway, and then Severn Tunnel to Cardiff, which links up with the Cardiff route. See, that'd be quite cool. Cut out Bristol. No one wants to go to Bristol. I think that'd be too long. Not saying it, thinking it. Right, 14 miles to Rugby. Can we do it?
Welcome aboard this London North Western Railway service to London Euston. We'll be calling at Rugby, Milton Keynes Central, and London Euston.
We're going to get a safety announcement.
Please familiarise yourself with the safety notices displayed throughout the train.
And have you wondered how to contact the British Transport Police? Wonder no more. You can rest easy, because here's how.
This is British Transport Police. If you notice something out of the ordinary, speak to a member of staff or text us on 61016 and we'll get it sorted. That's 61016. See it, say it, sorted.
Yeah, again, you've got the East Coast Mainline, which we've got that bit, haven't we? Peterborough to Doncaster. Give us Peterborough to London then. Or give us Doncaster to York, because York's a big station where a lot goes on. So, or are we going to get the West Coast Mainline finished? Is that the aim? So are we going to get Carlisle to Glasgow? And then that's the West Coast Mainline done. Then focus on the others. There must be internal discussions at Dovetail and with the third-party developers going, this is what we'd like from whoever over the next 12 months. Also, we've got the Tadami line coming up. We've got the Thames Valley branches coming up. We've got the Mildmay extension coming up to Richmond. Again, what I want is the Mildmay extension to Clapham Junction, because that makes Clapham busier. Get the overground stuff in Clapham as well. Can you imagine how busy Clapham would be then? And then you want the overground route that goes from Stratford round to Clapham. Give us all the overgrounds. That's that done. Tick. Waterloo to Weymouth. Yeah, or Waterloo to Portsmouth Harbour. So we've got St Pancras, we've got Paddington, we've got Victoria. That's it, innit? That's the only mainline stations we've got so far. Euston. Yeah, okay. I was just thinking, is there any more? I was thinking where the lines come in. Yes, Euston. We have a problem. So what else have you got? You've got Charing Cross. You've got Liverpool Lime Street. You've got the one that isn't connected to anything else. And you've got Waterloo. I like the fact that they've done these and connected them together. This is what I want more of. So for me, the GWR route, even doing Reading to Cardiff, well, that's not many stops, is it? Because it'll be Didcot, Swindon, Bristol Parkway, Severn Tunnel Junction, Newport, Cardiff. Well, it's just 7. Including Reading, 8. Reading to Cardiff is under 90 minutes. Well, this is an hour and 37. That because that would link London to Cardiff. That to me, that's that, and then you could do Swindon, then to Chippenham, Bath Spa, Bristol, Temple Meads, and then have the line going Bristol, Temple Meads to Exeter, which links up to Exeter to Plymouth. There's a few little stops between Reading and Didcot. Yeah, but they don't really stop there, do they? That's what the Oxford services do, don't they? Chelsea, that's between Didcot and Oxford. That's on the Oxford line, isn't it? That's not on the Reading line. Really? Okay, I stand erected. You've been there. And do you want a medal? Alright, 50 limit. Oh, I saw a new show. I added about 5 new shows to my list last night because I haven't got enough shows to watch. Oh, really? I was under the limit. This could cause a problem. Talhurst, Pangbourne, Goring, Streatley, and Sholto. Yes, I know what you mean now. The run is in jeopardy. Yeah. Come on. Right, go. Turn off and then back on again. Hey, you got to wait out the penalty. I wasn't speeding. Stopping on the main line. It's like that Steam video all over again. At least you watched it, SMD. I don't know why I got forced on. Hey, what was I saying? I was saying something. It probably wasn't important. Oh yeah, TV show. TV show with Stephen Fry in an American show called The Interrogator, 12-part series, which could be quite interesting. And it's not, I thought, oh, is this going to be another like panel type show? No, it's not. I added a couple of shows to my list last night. The Interrogator, Einstein, Cupertino, and the Rockford Files. I remember the original Rockford Files. I am that old. Had quite a good theme tune. I'm only 21. I wish I was only bloody 21. God, the things I'd do differently. Right, we have 6.4 miles to Rugby. What would I do differently? Not be such an idiot in the relationships I've been in. Oh, actually, no, one relationship. I gave up the other one to look after my parents, and don't regret that for a minute. But one relationship I've been in where I didn't really think about the other person, and that made me go the other way and think too much about the other people, which then becomes people then hating me. Oddly, life is strange. Right, into rugby. So, are we going to do it? Is the question. It's the route hop, isn't it? That's going to be. Is that how they talk there? Rugby? I come from rugby, I do. I don't know. They've got an accent in rugby? I don't know if they've got an accent in rugby. Milton Keynes doesn't really have an accent. I will make it past Milton Keynes, because even if we miss this train on the route hop, we'd have to just grab the next service south, which would probably be a stopper, and then we'll just get as far as we get. Yeah, Milton Keynes is a new place, but that was built in the 60s, so people have got an accent. So where I am, we've got no accent, because a lot of the people here came from London. A big growth in the 50s. It expanded in the 50s, which when my folks moved down here. There's a big expansion in the 50s, another big expansion in the 80s. So the west of the Swindon was expanded in the 80s, and then over the last 30 years, 25 years, has expanded north. My folks didn't really have a London accent, though. My dad didn't sound London. His brothers did. Both his brothers did, because they were there all their life. But he moved down here in 56. I think they moved into this house in, I want to say 1960. They lived down the road first, but then did a house swap. They moved into here in either 59 or 60. Well, last I went to Fuerteventura, the guy in the over the balcony from us, we were sat out there in the evenings chatting. After like 4 days, he leant round the corner and said, "Sorry guys," he said, "I've got to ask you, where are you from?" We said, "Swindon." "Oh," he said, "Well, I couldn't tell." Thank you, Stu. You don't speak Swindon, you only moved here in 2004. I don't really speak Swindon. Right, rugby. Well, we went to rugby the other year and wandered off to find the spoons. I think I've got a picture on my phone of me having a well-deserved beer at a pub in Rugby. Oh, that's lag. So my family was from, well, my sister moved to Birmingham. My sister got married when she was 16. And moved to Birmingham, and I spent a lot of my youth, so from 17 up there every weekend. If I was up there for like a week or something, I'd come back with a bit of a Birmingham twang. So yeah, hearing my dad's brothers speak, they spoke with a real sort of South London accent. Am I going to support Norway on Saturday? I've got them in the sweepstake.
Rugby. Please mind the gap when leaving the train and step onto the platform before removing heavy luggage and pushchairs.
10 o'clock at night though, innit? I'll be in bed. You can get a pill for your Birmingham twang. I like the Birmingham accent. I suppose you spend long enough around an accent, you get used to it. Yeah, 66 quid for me if Norway win. And 30 quid for second place. Right. Now the dash to Milton Keynes. I can't close the doors yet until the bar gets to the top. There we go. Right, go. We've closed the doors before the train departs for your safety. So you can't get on. Ha ha! All right, 31 miles to Milton Keynes. I've yanked my thing all the way back.
Welcome aboard this London North Western Railway service to London Euston. We'll be calling at Milton Keynes Central and London Euston.
Michael.
Please familiarise yourself with the safety notices displayed throughout the train.
And right now we'll find out about contact the British Transport Police, we will.
This is British Transport Police. If you notice something out of the ordinary, speak to a member of staff or text us on 61016 and we'll get it sorted. That's 61016. See it. Say it. Sorted.
Stream's coming up, by the way, because I forgot about this 25 minutes ago. Tomorrow night, Mini Metro, the game that went out on YouTube on Sunday that I got frustrated by. I'm going to be streaming it tomorrow, so expect more frustration. Thursday night will be something. It's either going to be bus bound or I think some more rest area sim. I almost want to complete bus bound so we can move on, or we just crack on a bit more rest area sim. We'll see how tomorrow goes. Friday night though is definitely some trucking and tunes in ETS2. We did a trucking, you play the music. Saturday night Wreckfest, some multiplayer racing, and then Sunday lunchtime we may be starting a new farm in Farm Sim 25 if we can find a farm. So far no luck. If we don't find a farm in Farm Sim 25 on Sunday, I don't know what I'm going to do. The backup plan is potentially some ships at sea. And then next week, back on Tuesday with more trains. Wednesday is car dealer simulator. Next Thursday is rest area simulator. Next Friday is something. And then more things after that. Well, ships at sea is like the default. We've all got it installed. We can just jump to it. That's awesome, Nige. Yes. Problem is, because we've been doing farm sim for so long, we've almost got a certain criteria of farm that we all like. And I know from a yard and the way the fields are and the way the roads are, whether we as a community will like it or not. Greetings. You ride Vulcans. That's as in the planes. There's none of them. Is there one flying? There was one flying. I know one taxis. Is there one flying? I don't think there is anymore. Anyway, I stood under one at Cosford. That's quite cool. A Kawasaki Vulcan? Was that like the Virago style? So was that like custom? So comfy seat, laid back riding style, a bit like a Harley. Was that the Vulcan? It was a cruiser. I had a Kawasaki 450 Limited. I love that thing. That was awesome. For a little 450 belt drive, the thing was amazing. And then went to an XJ6. Then went to the Goldwing. Then I had an XJ900 as well. That was shaft drive. Then bought TS185, and the bike I had the most fun around town on was a C90. I'd love a Honda 90 again. They are just the most hilarious bike to drive. Shaft drive bicycles aren't great. Well, no. Barry. Thank you, Barry. Blimey. Driver Dan, Vulcan rider Dave. Hi, Dave. Arrow. There's a name from the past. And basically Gaz. Probably not the Gaz. But there you go. Thank you, Barry. You still are a legend, sir. That was concerning. Well, that was you. No, that was me. I don't know what I was. You've never seen this game before. The Train Sim World franchise has been out for 6 years. 6 years. Right, temporary speed limit coming up. We're just going to pretend we don't see it. For reasons. We're just going to look the other way, because we've got to get to Milton Keynes early. Round night, thank you very much indeed. That is many of the bits. Many, 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 many bitties. Older games. I like the older stuff. I need to do some TTD again at some point. There's so many games on the list. I've got so much stuff. Once we get coaches for ETS2, I'll be like, holy crap, there ain't enough hours in the day. Or enough days in the week. Simpsons hit and... I forget that my definition of an older game and other people's definition of an older game. Right, temporary speed limit. Yeah, it's fine. Ignore that. Ignore that. Ignoring it. Still ignoring it. Yeah, so my fix for Nightbot did work with the amount of things you can post. What I call an old game. Microsoft Train Simulator. OpenTTD. Manic Miner. Jet Set Willy. Echo the Dolphin. Thank you, Michael. 100 of the bits. That is many of them. Right, we got 13 minutes to do 20 miles. And then we've got a route hop. And hopefully get back on this train. I don't think it's going to be a 20 past 8 finish if we make the route hop. The last thing we want now is a red. Command and Conquer. Oh, Jesus Christ. Command and Conquer Red Alert. I really need to sort out the cupboard in this room one day, because there's all my old PC games in there, and I'm sure I've got Command and Conquer. Thank you, Round Night. Blimey, you guys are going wild tonight. The game I missed the most, and there have been various versions of it, is Settlers. The original version of Settlers I absolutely loved. I just loved building the town and chopping down trees and building sawmills and farming and just growing my town. I love those sorts of games. Later versions were all about fighting and battling, and I was like, no. Settlers 2, I think it was, you could play on LAN. So I'd be sat there building up my town, my mate would be sat next to me, quietly building up an army, and all of a sudden I just get attacked. You get Friday out of the way, then 7 weeks. How can you have 7 weeks off? That's a long... I wouldn't want to go back to work after 7 weeks off. Oh, you only work when schools are in. Yes, of course, yeah. Oh, God, yeah, because I'm off the week after next, hopefully. Which means everywhere I go during my week off is going to be busy. I picked the wrong week, really, didn't I? I see a red. Hello, bus driver. Yeah, I normally my week in September is going to be the week after schools go back. But I just wanted a week off, and my driver's off this week. He's back next week, so I thought I'll give it a week then, and then be off for a week. And yeah, I forgot about the schools. It's fine. It might be busy in London. Portsmouth could be busy. Cardiff could be busy. So yeah, everywhere I plan on going that week, it's going to be busy. At the moment, I'm only not streaming on the Saturday. That might change. I might change that to one of the days in the week. I'll have to see what that week brings. Oh, you get all the little train spotting weirdos then, Michael. You work every Saturday, Trent? Fine. You don't have to be here. The streams can continue without you. Look, are you here now? No. I know, I've got a plan in my head, but at the moment I've got nothing to do on the Saturday. I know what I'm doing the Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Yeah. Not a hope in hell, CG. Yeah, that's why I'm only going out for the day. I said I'll be back for the streams. It's just London. I'm just thinking, do I want to, time I get to London, because during the week you can't go till after 9 o'clock because it's expensive by train, which means I'd have to be leaving London by probably 3 o'clock to get back and spend it for 4 o'clock to get home, to have something to eat and then stream. So you don't get into London until like 11 and you have to leave at 3. It doesn't give you very long. So I'm thinking, the day I go into London, then do I not stream, or go into London on a Saturday, which means I can leave earlier and get back later. I don't know. I don't know. You'll be mod. Alright, we've got 9.8 miles to go. We've got a couple of yellows. Yeah, that was my other backup plan, is I could go early on the Saturday. It's either that on the Saturday I just drive to somewhere like Rickmansworth or Reading. I don't know. I know I'm doing Monday. I know I'm doing Tuesday. Tuesday is when I was planning on going to London, so that could switch. I know I'm doing Monday. I know I'm doing Wednesday. I know I'm doing Thursday. I know I'm doing Friday. Yeah, congestion charge though. And emission zone thing. Right, more power. We've got to be there before time, because if we route hop and we're late, this train will be gone. That's not bad, Stu. Hi. God, the stress of doing this. I think we're going to be late. We've got 4.5 minutes to do 6 miles. Okay, it's going to be a minute or so for the doors to open and get passengers on. And there's a yellow coming up. Oh, that'll be hilarious, wouldn't it? If we route hop and the train's just pulling out of the station. That will be quite funny. Like an hour and 40 minutes of stress to get here on time. See, that's where it'd be awesome if you could load more than one route in at a time. If we could have loaded in Euston to Milton Keynes and Milton Keynes to Crewe, you wouldn't have had to worry about route hopping. No, because we left the last station on time, so we're not late anymore. A penalty is before rugby. Right, there is a red. It's changed to a yellow. So as long as we don't get stopped outside Milton Keynes, we've got 3 minutes to do 3 miles. We should be fine now then. cow on the tracks ahead. Hopefully not. You need to be early as the train leaves Milton Keynes at 9:49. So it gives us a minute to go to the route hop, and then get back to the platform. God, the stress. Can you imagine doing that? Having to do it from Carlisle. Yes, the time stays the same when you hop. But it'll load in the train. So if we're early, this train may not have arrived yet, or it should be sat there on the platform. I'm going to have to go all the brakes. God, these brakes are good.
Milton Keynes Central. Please mind the gap when leaving the train and step onto the platform before removing heavy luggage and pushchairs.
Right, we've got plenty of time. Right, where's the route hop? This way? Other way. Upstairs. There. Come on. What platform were we on? Can you remember what platform we came in on? (9:54) to Euston. It's not here. Oh, there it is. It doesn't start to 9:58. No, this isn't the train. But we arrived at 9:48 and we were on time. Unless it's... Hang on, calling at Euston. Right, so in that case we can speed up time a bit, can't we? Yeah, so the schedules don't line up. Maybe not on this service then. 9:52. Right, London Euston. So 35 minutes. Oh, that's not bad. Yeah, odd that the services didn't line up, but that's done us a favour, really. And the train's longer. Yeah, so it's not the same service. So are we at... No, we're not at 350-4. Because they're not on... Yeah, the services don't line up. That's fine. We'll get to Euston. That's the key thing. Are we at Crewe yet? No, we're not at Crewe yet. It's now the dash to Euston where a problem. Which does cause the problem for next week now. We'll have to just... We'll do another line next week. That's fine. No, maybe we'll go back and look at a line we haven't done in a while. Maybe go back to America. Although there's some updates for the German routes coming. Cardiff. Yeah, Cardiff's all right. I think it's because they're only short trips on Cardiff. They're not as enjoyable as, like, Birmingham. Riviera Line's good. I do like Riviera Line. To the Grimsby to Cleethorpes. We did that last year. I like Cleethorpes. I love the fact that that was just... Where did we end up? Was it Scarborough? No, it was one of them. We ended up because the Row Museum wasn't great. We just randomly went somewhere. Either Scarborough or Cleethorpes. It's quite nice. Went up the funicular. It's been a while since I've been taking up the funicular. Right, 44 miles then. All the way to Euston, we have a problem. And no announcements. And different audio. Because it's a different train. It's not 350-4. See, this is where... this isn't me moaning at Dovetail. This is where it'd be nice to have the same train and the timetables to line up. There's a mod. Why are you telling me this now? No. No. Trent. Don't all start. You know what I just said earlier about having a refresh of the Discord? Don't be surprised if half of you aren't in it. Is that a promise? You haven't got to be here, Nigel. You're under no, like... There's no court order or anything. You're behaving just to weird me out. Hang on a minute. Have you noticed something we haven't had tonight? We haven't had a question. I'm not going down that route tonight, Liam, but yeah, I think you guys know exactly what you lot mean to me. Right, a non-stop run then, all the way to Euston. You found the exit, but it's locked. There's a key in the key safe next to it. It's 1, 2, 3, 4 to get the key out. So do these things actually run non-stop then? Surely, I suppose it's because it's the line, isn't it? If you're on London North Western, you've only got a 350 direct. It must be. It's one of these lines, isn't it, where there's a lot of competition to get people from the same place to the same place. There's no key in there. Look up Pat's bum. It could be up there. So you don't really get that on the route between, obviously, Bristol and London. You've only got GWR. There's no competition. Yet some of these routes where there's competition on the same line, I think that's what keeps the prices down. I think the problem with GWR is there's where else you're going to get a train from. You can't. I almost think it needs competition. Competition's good for the customer. And look what Lumo did to the East Coast Mainline. Yeah, there's no competition with SWR or with Southern either. Well, that's going to be interesting to see. I am interested to see what happens when all of the train lines become GBR. I think it'll almost do something that happened after Beeching and when we had British Railways. From a cost point of view and a serviceability point of view, I think we'll have less differences in rolling stock. So I think there'll be some consistency in rolling stock around the country. So you'll have the same trains everywhere, basically. You will have regional differences, but I think to keep costs down, like, look at the 800 series. You've got all different versions of the 800s, 802s, 804s, 805s, 807s, all with their own little variations. Obviously, yeah, you've got some that are tri-mode and bi-mode, but the interiors are different. Well, if you haven't got to have that, it keeps the cost down. When does GBR come into place? It's already out there. There's a few lines already have been taken over. No real changes so far, but over the next 3 or 4 years, I think it'll all be done. Yeah, all new stations will be GBR branded. Any new trains will be GBR branded. The only thing for me, like, I love the GWR livery. I think it's quite iconic, and there are certain liveries out there that are quite iconic. Things like Southern SWR are a bit sort of, Jesus. Thameslink is like, what's the cheapest way we can write our name on the side of a train? So I think losing that individuality as branding isn't necessarily a good thing, but I think overall there'll be a big benefit to the country. I wouldn't like to, although I wanted to, I wouldn't like to work within those companies, not in like upper management now, because at some point it's all going to be amalgamated into one place. It's because they haven't lost a license yet, Tiger. So they got a midlife refresh. If they got 3 or 4 years, whatever it is, left on their license, they're going to do it. And what they've said is that only when trains come in for a midlife refresh that they'll be repainted. They won't have them all in and rebrand them. It'll end up being the same as Network Rail, isn't it? It's one organisation that looks after the whole of the railway network for the whole country. It'll be the same with the railways. It'll be one organisation with various regions that will look after their own regional trains, but under one umbrella. So it makes sense. Every other country has it. Deutsche Bahn in Germany, SNCF, wherever it is in France. So we just got all these, so many train companies. And from a buying the ticket point of view, although, you know, it doesn't really stop you now anyway, but, you know, at the moment, you buy your train tickets from your local train company's app or whatever, whereas eventually you'll just have the GBR app, and that'll be it. As long as you don't lose train line, you're okay. I think the fares will come down because the overheads will come down, and you won't have the monopoly like GWR have here. I looked the other day, right, when I was planning my week off trip into London. I think at 9:05 in the morning to do a return to Didcot, I think was 47 quid. At 9:20 in the morning, a return to Didcot, £17 to go 15 minutes later. And the return to London was like over 100 quid for 50 minutes on the train. Oh yeah, I use the SWR app now because I've got the smart card. So I can buy a ticket on the SWR app, load it onto my smart card, and then just tap in at Swindon Station, tap out at Paddington, and use that like an Oyster card to travel around London. So you just, rather than have to show your ticket, you just got it all on your smart card. Who said I'm allowed near Didcot? You just buy it's cheap. You split the ticket, you buy a Swindon to Didcot return, and then I was looking at Didcot to Paddington, and it saves you like about 30 quid. Yeah, well, singles are fine, but sometimes an off-peak day return or something is actually quite cheap. And I like the fact that you can do it all zones London. So you can do Hayes and Harlington to all zones, or Reading to all zones, and it's cheaper than doing it on the Oyster card. I don't know why the word cashback was auto-modded. Of course we're going to get a change of government, Nigel. We get a change of Prime Minister every 3.5 weeks. Anyway, 28 miles from Euston. I didn't think we'd actually do it in one stream in a 350. You could be Prime Minister. Jesus. But no, so I will be in that there London during my week off. I just need to work out what day. I do plan on going to Cardiff and down to Portsmouth. So go and find me. Alan Bastard for Prime Minister. What a loss to the world he was. Right, 100 limit. I got no idea whereabouts we are. Somewhere on the map. Apart from the stress, it's actually not been a bad run. So I went and saw the second Bottom concert live in Oxford, and I was literally crying. I think the first Bottom live concert is still one of the funniest things. That I had the box set, and you can't buy it now, which was the TV series and all the live ones. The first one was brilliant, the second one was okay, and then it got a bit shit. Oh crap. Again, I would have loved to have done the whole jet lag type thing in London. I said our ex-comrade used to do like a race around the tube in London. They'd start at one point, they have a number of tube stations they had to get to and get back to the start point, and never got back first one. The downside to it was they were picked at random, which means you could have a tube station all within like zones like 2 and 3, and yet a couple of times he did it, he was out in zone 6. So it wasn't that fair. What I said the way it should have been is you do it on one line. So you start at one point, you're given a number of stations to get to, or you're all given the same stations to get to, and it's a race to get to those stations and get back again. So I think something like that would have been fun to do in London. But then you're going to London for a meet-up and not really spending any time with anybody. You're going there, go, right, sod off, then I'll see you in a couple of hours. But yes. Yeah, I just think, I said that to him. I said, this is what you should have done, in my opinion, is all had the same stations. Even if they were, or even if you go, if you wanted to do it an all-day thing, you'd go, right, you've got a DLR station, a tram stop, and one station from each line, and everyone gets the same stations. And then it's up to you what order you do them in, and then you got to get back to the start. So it's all about your route then that becomes the important thing, and how good you are at planning. And he would even be scared to stop for a wee, or he'd take a drink with him and a packet of crisps and a sandwich before we started, so that he didn't have to stop. You'd go for a wee. If you're on a proper big train, you'd go for a wee you'd plan where you're going for a wee. If you have to have proof that you've been to the stops. That's the thing. Anyway, there was a plan for a meet-up this month. It was supposed to be. We were going to do a London day, but there's no real interest in doing it. We did one a couple of years ago. I will go into London before Christmas again this year. That's become a bit of an annual tradition now. Was it advertised anywhere? It's not the point. We went on Christmas Eve a couple of years ago. That was a really great atmosphere in London on Christmas Eve. I can't remember if I drove in. I think I must have driven in then. Right, there is... Oh no, say there was a red. So certainly over the next couple of months, as advertised by Dovetail, I think we should see the mild May line. Not the mild May line. The mild May extension. The Tadami line. We should see Thames Valley branches as well. So I went to Stratford. Yeah, I went to Stratford on Christmas Eve, and it was surprisingly not busy. We went with Nico last year, and it was surprisingly busy. We all waited outside Boots. No, it was mentioned a few months ago. Anyway, it's a mute point now. $16 miles to go. Yeah, I need to get up and see Ed as well. So many things on my list of things to do. Right, we should see it get busier now. Is this Watford? Yeah, that's Watford. You could buy some strepsils. Yeah, maybe don't watch tomorrow night, Nigel. Because everyone will be sat there tomorrow night going, it's a station, whatever. You haven't spotted, there's a station in the corner there. There in the corner. You're going to be sat there pointing at the screen. That one over there. No, you forgot that one. No, oh Jesus. There's no football tomorrow. Eighth of January. Why would I want to get married in January? What a weird month to get married in. It's, yeah, it's cheap. You know, I said it'd get busy now. It doesn't appear to have got busy. Jesus Christ. In a way, it'd be nice if I was 60 next year. I'd be closer to bloody retirement. 12 miles to go. So it's me thinking it's going to be a late stream tonight. It won't be. Because I'm a professional. See, I knew exactly we'd be arriving at about 25 past 8. Done. I do have a slight fear about being able to afford to retire, but I am looking forward to retirement. If I found me a man that could pay for me now, move in, pay the mortgage, pay the bills, and I'll just give up work, be a house husband, I'd quite happily do that. Right, a couple of yellows ahead. Not that busy, is it? You're a good cook. I'd like to be. Yeah, I won't. My private pension's not worth a lot. Right, 9.5 miles. We can do this. So yeah, might go out to America Land next week. Might do like Morristown or something like that. Haven't done that for a while. We did Long Island Railroad Commuter recently. Hang on, no, Morristown's the one. No, Morristown's the one that goes into Grand Central. We'll have a look. Money doesn't buy you love. So I've been watching Heartstopper the last couple of weeks, and it does make you appreciate friendship. It really makes you see how people in your life can turn from friends to more than friends, and how that can actually backfire on you, because I've done that once or twice. But it's just so feel good. Although the storyline about the eating disorder thing in season 3 is a bit hard. I'm kind of looking forward to the film, but I'm also kind of not looking forward to the film. Right, 90 limit. Slowly-ing. These I wouldn't want, like, guy at work came in this morning, the one with all the money in the kitchen and all that, and moaned that the Euro Millions was only 15 million. Oh, someone bloody must have won the Euro Millions. It's only 15 million. I was like, only 15 million. Oh, like you wouldn't be able to survive for the rest of your life on 15 million. For me, 500k. I do the Thunderball each week, and that's 500k. I thought that'd be perfect for me. Clear the mortgage, completely gut the house, top to bottom, complete revamp, all the rooms, new electrics, new heating, new windows, new whole redecorated conservatory, driveway, the works. House done up completely, new car. And then bang some away. Right, we got an 85 limit. Yeah, I do the Euro Millions. I do a tenner a week. I do the Euro Millions, the 2 lotteries, and a Thunderball. Normally on a Friday. That's my Friday night and Saturday night pleasure of after the stream. I sit downstairs, get my iPad out, go on Rightmove and look at the houses on the south coast, and then go on Auto Trader and do that thing of going, right, if you had to have one car to do everything you wanted it to do, what would it be? I still come back to the Octavia VRS. Or we want a Volvo. Something like the XC60. Something like that would be quite nice. So you want it to be able to have a bit of fun on a twisty road, on like an A road. You want it to be sensible on the motorway. You want to be able to put stuff in it to go on holiday. You want it to be reliable, dependable, well built. So it's a tough one. You couldn't have an Audi, obviously, because cocks drive Audis. You couldn't have a BMW because cocks drive BMWs. You couldn't have something like a Prius or anything like that because, well, you just wouldn't. Volkswagen just aren't the same as they used to be. Mercedes, yeah, I quite like the new C-Class. They're quite nice. Quite like the E-Class Estate. They look really nice. So yeah, so you could have a Merc E-Class Estate. Yeah, so I do like a Volvo. Volvo cars, yes. So it's a tough one. Then you're a Merc driver. Merc's alright. Me and my brother-in-law years ago, right? I used to go up to Birmingham on a Friday night. Our brother-in-law, one of his interests was he bought and sold cars. Sometimes, some weeks I'd go up there and have a different car to the one he had a week before. And then we'd sit there sometimes on a Saturday night with an adult beverage. And we'd have an Auto Trader each. So he'd have the West Midlands one. I'd have the Southwest Auto Trader. We both have a game of like, right, here's your budget. What would you buy? So you flick through the Auto Trader trying to find the best thing you could buy for that money. And then we'd swap and see what we'd buy. So a 1-car garage. It's a tough one. I've driven a Land Rover Defender Camel Trophy. Mark 1 Defender. I've probably still got a photo of it somewhere. It was left-hand drive. Yeah. I had a Defender. I had a 110 Defender X Welsh electricity board. It was a V8 originally. And the V8 was taken out and a Transit 2.5 litre diesel lump was put in. My God, the thing was gutless. I think is the peak of Discovery was the 4, isn't it? You can get a 3-door Mark 1 Discovery now. They're worth a lot of money. So my ex had this was an R-Edge Discovery Auto. When he rolled my Defender, swerving to avoid a rabbit, he went out and bought the Discovery. Had that for like 2 months. Hated it. Got rid of that. That's we then got matching cars. Well, we are about to arrive at Euston. I honestly didn't think we'd do this tonight. I didn't think we'd get from Crewe to Milton Keynes and then down to Euston. I know we could have done it in like an 805 or a 390 or something, but that would have been non-stop. And okay, this has been non-stop, but not by choice. If this hadn't have been non-stop from Milton Keynes, then I would have carried on. I was expecting to have gotten maybe somewhere like Watford or Bletchley was as far as we could have got, but no, we've made it. I really enjoy that Milton Keynes to Crewe route. I think it's a good balance of having some high speed like runs and having a few stops. I'm saying some interesting stuff coming up. The Tadami line is going to be great fun. Can you imagine the announcements on that? Because we're going to get platform announcements and train announcements. That's going to be hilarious. Really? That'll do. It forced the brake on. Yeah, the train's in the station. It's fine. Lock doors. Well, no, what we do is we do that. I wonder if that'll move down now or whether that'll just sit there and stay there. So that, when I just turn around from there, well, I'm really confused the AI. There we go. Well, we made it. All the way down here to... Yeah, doors are opening again now, look. No, we made it to Euston. Hang on, I'm just checking, make sure all the train was on the platform. And it was as well, look, see? Perfect. All the train was on the platform. I am a professional. I rest my case. Right then, so I need to decide what we're going to do next week, because a couple of weeks' time we may be back in the UK for something new. But for next week, obviously there is the DLC coming out, the gas one. I won't be covering that. I won't be streaming that. So yeah, so I don't know. I won't be doing Crewe to Preston until there's an update for that. London Overgrounds, well, we do one of those when we get the Mildmay extension. London Brighton we've done a lot recently. Edinburgh Glasgow's boring. Morristown we've done recently. Midland Mainline, that's just a bit of dashing between Derby and thingy. London Underground's boring. We could do the Riviera line. We haven't done that for a little while, have we? I like the Riviera line. So maybe we'll do a Plymouth to Exeter and then Exeter down to Torquay. There's nothing else. Oh, we got the 802 on there now. In GBR livery. Which we can take from Plymouth to Exeter. There you go, there's something new. We'll do that then next week. And we can take the 802 in the Great British Railways livery. And then we'll do some 166 runs and 150 runs up and down to Paignton. GBR train run. Yeah, we'll do that next Tuesday. There we go then. Done. Next stream then, tomorrow night, some more train type stuff in Mini Metro. If you want to get stressed, watch the video I put out on YouTube on Sunday of me playing it for the first time. And yeah, I didn't realize how complicated it was until I got told what you're supposed to do. So I'm going to not remember all that. So tomorrow night's going to be interesting. Thursday night will be something. Either we'll bang on with Busbound and try and get that put to bed because there's something new we want to do in a couple of weeks' time, or we may do some more Rest Area Simulator. We'll see. I'll confirm that tomorrow. Friday night, though, will definitely be some trucking and tunes in ETS2. We do the trucking, you pick the music. Saturday night is going to be some Wreckfest. That's going to be another Stress Fest. And then Sunday lunchtime, if we can find a farm to go to, we will be on Farm Sim 25. If we can't, expect to see some ships at sea. And then more stuff back next week. I'm definitely toying with the idea of doing some flight. Probably won't be for a couple of weeks, but I feel like whipping my 172 out and doing a bit of a flight where you can pick some music as well. So we'll look at doing that. No, not in 24, in the original one. I'm not spending the money on 24 until I know I miss flight. So I might do a flight and see what happens. And there's obviously over the coming few weeks, we've got some new games coming, some stuff that I'm putting out on a Sunday that I'm going to be playing on a Wednesday. A couple of those will be multiple streams. We got loads coming up in Train Sim World. When we get coaches for ETS2, which I still claim that it'll be by the end of July. That was my aim, that we'll get coaches in the next 3 weeks. We'll see what happens, because that's going to mix things up a bit. So I'm really looking forward to the next few months of streams, and hopefully you will too, apart from Nigel, obviously. There we go. I will let you sod off. Thanks to you lot then in chat for keeping me company for the last 2.5 hours. Thanks to these people as well. Thanks to Connor, Stokey, Nathan, Vulcan, Dave, Dan, Arrow, and Gaz for resubscribing. 5 of those thanks to the VIP that is Barry. The Round Night, Michael, and Stu for the bits, and the moderation team for doing, well, nothing, basically. There we go. Enjoy what's left of your Tuesday evening. I will see you at 6 p.m. on... Oh, yeah, Trent banned someone. Well done, Trent. Got a medal. I will see you at 6 p.m. tomorrow to see me get stressed in Mini Metro. Until then, good night. Mary had a little lamb, his fleece was white as snow, and everywhere that Mary went the lamb was sure to go. He followed her to school one day, which was against the rule. It made the children laugh and play to see a lamb at school, and so the teacher turned him out, but still he lingered near, and waited patiently about, till Mary did appear. What makes the lamb love Mary so? The eager children cry. Why, Mary loves the lamb, you know, the teacher did reply.